Oh, we did. Welcome to our Picks and Ponderings video preview series. I'm Paul Mazur and can be found on Twitter at HeyLaserbeam. The partner in crime is Nicolle Neulist at RogueClown on Twitter, and jointly we're at Picks and Ponderings. We're taking a look at the Breeders' Cup program this Friday and Saturday from picturesque Keeneland. And we're looking now at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. It's the eighth race on the program on the Friday card, set for the 30th of October. Just like the juvenile turf, they're going to go a mile on the turf. Just like the juvenile turf, they've got 15 drawn in with only 14 to see the starter. Just like the juvenile turf, there's plenty of Euros, plenty of Americans, and plenty of options as we look at this in a pass or play format. So, Nicolle, for the Juvenile Fillies turf, this to me was a mess of a race, but I'm interested to see who you want to play.
I agree. It was a mess of a race. I'm sitting there looking at it and watching replays and watching more replays and looking at it some more. And when all was said and done, there were two horses in the field that I kept going back to, and the rest were kind of a blob. You know, nobody who I could summarily toss, especially at the prices that some of them are going to go off at, but nobody who I could like to quite the level that I like either Alice Springs or Harmonize. And Alice Springs is my top play, even though last year it was the American Lady Eli who won the Juvenile Fillies turf with authority. I'm not sure Harmonize is a Lady Eli. I'm not sure anyone in this field is a Lady Eli. And there is a lot to like about Alice Springs. She drew the 3 holes, so her post doesn't stink. She has some class that she's shown in Group 1. 2 starts back at Newmarket, she tried Group 1 company, finished 4th in a race in which Illuminate was 2nd, but that was only at 6 furlongs. She looks a lot better going 7 furlongs than she did at 6. And with the breeding, Galileo out of A League of Their Own by Danehill Dancer, there's no question to me that Alice Springs is going to handle the stretch out from 7 furlongs to a mile very nicely. So I like the class. I like what she's shown starting to go a little bit longer, and I really like Alice Springs here. She's my pick.
She's mine too. Alice Springs is also my play horse in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. One thing that you didn't mention is the fact that this one's getting first-time Lasix and is recruiting some very live humans. Ryan Moore to ride for Aidan O'Brien and the Tabor Smith-Magner ownership triumvirate. These are humans that when they come, they don't mess around. They're bringing a quality horse. My concern is going to be the morning line on Alice Springs, 6-1. Yes, this is Keeneland, and we've done a few of these video previews, and we have yet to discuss the morning line exploits of Mike Battaglia. Emphasis on exploits, because I don't think Alice Springs is going to be 6-1. This horse is taking more steam than a Turkish bath. At half the price, I'll start to think about it. But if Alice Spud, I'm going to get a 14 horse field, so maybe I'm going to get 4-1 on Alice Springs. That's acceptable in my book for a horse that won at 7 furlongs last time, and considering, as you said, the breeding by Galileo out of a Danehill Dancer mare, should have every reason to like a course that is not firm.
No, I agree with you that 6-1 on Alice Springs is a total Battaglia special. I saw that. I don't think I'm going to get it. I'll be fine with 4-1. I'll even be fine with 3-1. I doubt she's going to go any lower than that. I'd start to think if she did go lower than that, but even in this full 14-horse field, given her favorable draw, given that she should handle the going, that she should handle the distance, I do think Alice Springs is the right one. Now, as far as my pass, it's going to be interesting to see on the tote board, but at least I think Illuminate is going to go off at a shorter price than Alice Springs, and I think she's going to be an underlay. She is my pass horse. She does come out of that same race that Alice Springs did 2 back, the 6 furlong Cheveley Park, and she ran well. That was a good second. That does show her class well, but I don't love the fact that it's her first time going past 6 furlongs. I don't love the fact that she's untested on softer going. Alice Springs is as well, but I figure that I'm going to get at least a somewhat better price on Alice Springs than I am on Illuminate. And in a field that's so wide open and that I had such a hard time tossing anybody, I don't love the idea of eating a short price on Illuminate.
I think the Euros in this race are the goods. Alice Springs is the goods, and Illuminate are the goods. And those are going to be horses that I look at, but Alice Springs a lot stronger than Illuminate. I mentioned that Mike Battaglia got the morning line wrong on Alice Springs at 6 to 1, and it's probably going to drift down. Andrea's Reward is rightly slotted as the longest shot on the board at 30 to 1. That's my pass horse. I don't know what they do to the turf course at Gulfstream. There could be a tropical storm over Hallandale Beach, and the turf course is always firm. I don't know what it is, but that turf course is firm, and I honestly think it's made of green paint and concrete. That is not going to be the turf course that Andrea's Reward is going to see. Even though this is a horse that has a little bit of turf affinity, being by Warrior's Reward, I really question what the Gulfstream form was, and I really question what this horse can do on ground with give. It's been well noted that during the last week of the Keeneland meet, it's been raining, and there's going to be give in the ground, and neither of this horse's 2 Gulfstream starts have been on ground that's less than firm. This one also was fifth on a more lush Kentucky Downs course in a minor stakes there. I just think the softer ground is going to be Andrea's Reward undoing. Sometimes your pass horse is just the horse that's the longest shot on the board. Sometimes a throwout is a throwout. For me, it's Andrea's Reward.
So going back to our picks and our passes, my pick is the number 3, Alice Springs, and for my pass, I'm going to the 10 hole with Illuminate.
I'm with Nicolle. The number 3, Alice Springs, is the play horse. My pass horse is going to be the 6, Andrea's Reward.
All right, have a good day. Thank you for listening, and tune in to the rest of our Breeders' Cup video previews.